Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our weekly session, our connection to this week through the wisdom of Kabbalah. Of course, we have, as we learn, we have every week its own beautiful gifts and opportunities. In this week, we have as well, one of the greatest souls that ever existed in this world, left this world, obviously today, yesterday. His name is the Ari Rabbi Isaac Luria, very, very elevated soul, reveal all the secrets of Kabbalah and the wisdom. And another opportunity, we know in the the day, Wednesday night, Thursday day, we have what we call the 9th of Av, the 9th of the month of Leo, which is a very significant day, very, in many circles, they're going to call it a very negative days, but we know, part of our work is to reveal what we call the light from the darkness. So obviously in that day and historically, obviously in that 3 weeks, we spoke about period of time that are, historically many negative things happening. Even in that particular day, coincidental, the 2 temples destroyed in that day, right? And many other negative things. I don't want, the list is so long that you find historically in that particular day that it's a very negative situation happened. Or if you look at it in a Kabbalistic eye, is a very great opportunity that is being created. So let's understand what it means. Why it's so difficult for us to exist in 2 worlds in the same time, or in 2 places in the same time. How is that we love someone and at the same time we can hate them so much? How come that I'm so happy and at the same time I'm so disappointed? How is it that drives many of us insane? Because obviously we see ourselves as good people, and then 2 minutes later we behave in very nasty, very mean. How is it possible, right? Again, for that, the Kabbalah speaks about that in the spiritual work. Spiritual work is not something temporary. Spiritual life, spiritual guidance is not something that comes to us because, we are nice and good people. Is obviously when we understand the 2 opposite directions in the same place. 2 complete opposition can exist in the same time and in the same place and in the same moment. How come that person is so wrong but they are so right? How come this reality that light and darkness can coexist? How come that my body is physical, but they call it like a horse and his rider, right? The horse represents the body, the rider is the soul. If I don't put my soul in charge over the body, obviously the horse rides on the rider, right? And again, this is one of the things that people don't understand. Why it's so difficult for us? Because we don't have the right order. If I understand that my soul, is the most important aspect of me, not just the most important, but a very important rider of this body. The body cannot do what he wants. Yeah, but some people think, well, okay, it is what it is. It's just physicality, or this is the way it is. It's how you conduct yourself. It's how you put a rider on the horse, not a horse over the rider. The horse cannot go and ride wherever he wants. Yeah, the horse took me there. Yeah, If you ever ride a horse, that they tell you, you need to be assertive. You need to be, take charge over the horse. Tell him who is the boss, right? It's like, you can tell him as much as you want, but it's your energy. They censor your energy. Are you in charge or are you not in charge? Same thing, your body. Your physical body can be healthy lifetimes, right? But if you let the body do whatever the body wants, it's not a healthy way of living. And it's not about what you're eating, It's not about what you're drinking or not. It's not about that. It's about who is in charge. Who is the rider? So one of the Kabbalists again explained that in these weeks, and again remind you, we are in the book of Deuteronomy, started the book that is referred to Moses. What is Moses? Moses, of course, is us. It's each one of us. And Moses teaching us that we need to be in charge over our life. And here in the entire book, he gives you many, many, many lessons and many beautiful guidance of how to coexist a body and a soul, right? How to coexist darkness and light. How to understand that I can be in two places in the same time. How can I be so appreciative one day and completely disconnected the other day? Again, this is something I wanna touch upon a little bit today. So the Kabbalah says in the spiritual path, right? In the true spiritual path, not the one that you mark on your social media, I'm spiritual, or you have some meditations, coming to your feeds, or some spiritual quote. That's very nice. It's a good beginning, but the real spiritual path is constant, is ruling force of your life. The ruling force of your life is the true spiritual path. Not like dabbling every day into something else. Okay, very important, for us. Again, imagine if you go to a job interview and they looking at your resume and it says like you switched 60 jobs, right? Here you work 3 days, here you work 10 days, here you work and every time it's different jobs and different things, it's like, oh wow, that's a nice variety, but this person is not serious, right? Anyone who interview you will say, okay, that's why a lot of people, at least, shrinking or even like, minimize the amount of jobs that they've done, to the level of 2 or 3, and again, same thing spiritually. When you're consistent with one path, it gives you all the solution that you need. Okay? One of the things that the Kabbalah says, in the true path, you have to find two complete opposites. Has to, right? So for example, he says in the spiritual path, let's say, for example, anybody here that you are spiritual, do you want to start listening to evil tongue? People speaking bad or gossip, right? No, spiritually, it's not really right for me. I don't want to be engaged with that, right? But, so what, I'm going to be deaf, God forbid, right? Or seeing, I want to see only the good. I don't want to see the bad. I want to see only beautiful people. I don't want to see ugliness, right? So what? Blindness is the solution, right? So, and again, this is part of the thing that people say, okay, so how can I live in this world if I, every step of the way, every step I take, it's negative. People speak negative, people complain, people, bothering me, people cursing, people doing bad things. I see horrors here, I open. How do I live in this world when there's like, I want to listen, but all of a sudden they're speaking so bad, what do I do, right? Or I want to see something good, and then all of a sudden someone comes and does something bad, right? For example, Kabbalah says, one of the things that you need to start identify is how your body, your physical body, want to think and do whatever he wants. For example, let's say you decide to wake up early tomorrow, right? Early in the morning, I want to go and exercise. Listen very carefully to what you decided. You are the rider, you are the person who rides the horse. Says tomorrow, you wake up in the morning and you're going to go exercise. Whatever it is, or sit and meditate. Obviously, you wake up in the morning, or you don't. It depends on depending on who is in charge. But let's say you put an alarm and you wake up and you hear the alarm. I want you to listen to who is talking. All of a sudden, you're going to start hearing your body says, why do you need that? Why? You're in pretty good shapes. You're in pretty good condition, you know. Well, why do you need that? You know, you're a pretty good person. Why do you need to meditate? Everything is good, you know. Tomorrow, that is the body consciousness. That is the body conversation. And a lot of us allowing the horse to be in charge. And again, this is what the body says, and the person fall to that. And says, okay, buddy, okay, relax. Tomorrow, I need to be sensitive to my body, right? I need to listen to my body. I'm probably tired. Everybody using the same excuse, right? But it comes down to do something for somebody else, right? So obviously, your body will says, why do you need that? They not deserve it. They don't know who they are. Why would you do that? Nobody even see that. Nobody even care of that. You're doing that for somebody else, you know. And so the body says no to do it. But I want to do something good for somebody else. And the body is now start to have a conversation with me. One of the important part of this conversation is I need to decide, again, as a spiritual person or on a spiritual path, who is in charge? The body or my soul? Again, for that, as obviously the Kabbalah is explained, from this week's portion, from this week's energy, he gives us two ideas here, okay? And he says this way, "Ve'ata Israel shma el hachukim ve'el hamishpatim." In this week's, Moses is giving us a very important aspect. Laws and judges, or not judges, judgments, or, you know, mishpat is also court, but is also a trial, okay? So there's the law, chok is a law, and there's the trial, right? So for example, if somebody disobeyed the law, right? They put him into a trial, right? And in the trial, they say, okay, you this and that is the judgment, or this and that is the result. A lot of us reads that thousands of years, think, okay, you know, God says to Moses that everybody listen to the laws and the judgments. Again, this is what people live life. But if you don't study Kabbalah, you don't know that that's not what it meant. It gave us a spiritual direction. It gives us a tool. Not just like, hey, listen to what God says, do whatever is written in the Bible, and what Jesus and Moses told you and Muhammad, and you're going to be fine. It's not true. Not true. Kabbalah says, first of all, you need to understand, what does it mean, law and mishpat, which is a trial or a judgment. And he says this way, there is a complete separation between a person who does spiritual work because he wants to influence this world, as opposed to the people who do spiritual work for the sake of some kind of a reward. And we know a lot of people doing things because they want a reward. So what? I'm going to do all this spiritual work. I'm going to give. I'm going to share. I'm going to study all of this. I'm going to understand all of that. For what? I need a reward. What's the reward? What do I get in return? Do I get to heaven? Or, you know, if I'm going to do that, you know, it's not going to be hell. Or if I'm going to do that, I'm going to find my soulmate. A lot of us doing this spiritual work, or even just to look good, or just to sound good, or just to, you know, that people will click on our website or on our page or whatever it is, for the sake of reward. A lot of us are in that place, that doing spiritual work, but for the sake of receiving a reward of sort. That one way. Another way is to do the spiritual work for the sake of doing the spiritual work, meaning to connect to an influence beyond what I can understand and what I can see. For example, each one of us has a soul. Do you see it? No, but you sense. There is a sense. There's a feeling of that soul, right? Are you always connected to your soul? No, it's sometimes more, sometimes less, right? We see there's a movement in the connection. So it's not always easy to do work for the sake of the work, or for the sake of revealing the light, or revealing greatness, not of us, of this world, of this creation. That's what he says. Those people who's doing spiritual work only for the sake of the work, only for the sake of influence, every single day they start from the beginning. Listen to this. Every single day they start all over from the beginning. That's just that, my dear. Just that, if you understand that. And b'mocha and b'liba, they doing the same thing again for in the heart and in the mind. In the heart, the work, and in the mind, the work. Why? And they will never receive support from yesterday. What do you mean support from yesterday? A lot of us riding on the success of yesterday. A lot of us are, oh, yesterday I got there, so probably tomorrow I wake up and I will be already in the next level. No. What does it say? There is no chance. Those people who do the work for the sake of the work, they waking up every day and they repeat and building the foundation from the beginning. What do you mean? I did it already yesterday. I should do the same thing again? Yes. That's, you know, that you do the work for the sake of the work. Because this is the reasons that allowing you to really do the work for real. If let's say for example, you go to the gym, right? You go to the gym. If you go every day to the gym, don't you need to come up to when you go, what do? There's a routine, right? So you go to the gym. I've done it so many years. I don't do much right now. That's on me. I need to work on that. But I remember every day you go, I said to myself, why do I need to stretch? I stretched yesterday. And not just that, anybody, you know that before you're doing any workout, you need to stretch. Why do I need to stretch? I'm already stretched from yesterday. I feel it. No. Yeah, but I was just like working out in the evening, and in the end of the workout, I stretch. So obviously the next day I wake up, I'm still stretched. No. That's the idea. A lot of us that are doing spiritual work, we either coasting or riding on yesterday. Wow, what an energy was the event yesterday. What a connection we had in the meditation yesterday, So you think you start from there, you're not. And he says, every single day, those of us who do the work for the sake of the work, every day he needs to speak to himself. You need to speak to yourself and tell yourself, that you do the work again for the sake of the work. It's not enough you decide to do it 6 years ago or 6 days ago or even yesterday. Why? Because Haguf shoel oto kol yom. Because the body will ask you tomorrow and the next day and the next day. It will ask you, why do you do all of that? Either way, you're not going to get any reward. Or you think you're going to live forever. Or you think you're going to be better. Or the body will ask the person, you think you're going to get to heaven? You think you're better than others? The body. The body will say, give me all the reasons that you're telling me to do this work again. We've done it once a week, right? I met somebody this week. He says, oh, I wish I can meet with you every week, right? I says, why every week? Why not every day? Yeah, it's enough. Once a week to have a conversation, and the rest of the week, I need to do something else, or whatever it is. Once a week. Is it enough to do some spiritual work? Maybe. But remember, the rest of the week you're going to struggle. The body will tell you, no, no, no. And when the week comes, and the one day week comes, it will be very difficult to control the body. Very difficult. Because the body will ask, why do you force me to do this work? The body will say. And if you don't give me the right answers, I don't want to do the work. I don't want to go. Right? Let's say we're doing a class, sometimes, there's a lot of people, sometimes there's less people, right? Because of course it's an open class, the way we do it right now. And we allow people, you want to come, you don't want to come, it's fine. And you see, it's based on the individual necessity and habitual way. More you let your body, let's say for example, if you have a chance to come to a spiritual class or to go to the opening of a show, he says, class I can do tomorrow, a show, pleasure for me, for my body, I will go, right? That will be the calculation, or many other calculation. Helping somebody, or, going get a massage. I'm listening to my body needs some recovery, I'll help them tomorrow. And what happened? If a person continue doing the work, he says, and forget the purpose of why they doing spiritual work, eventually that's what we call religious. We call religion. I forgot what's the purpose. The purpose was to influence. The purpose was to spread it. The purpose wasn't for me just to pray all day long. The purpose was that I meant to influence each individual in this world, meant to influence so much more light, so much revelation to this world. And what happened? People do it. They got used to do the work. I wake up in the morning, I do my prayer, I do my connection, I do my meditation, I do a little charity, I do my little volunteers. But I forgot. Because that's what the body does. The body makes you forget what's the purpose of you doing it. And then, he remembers, all of a sudden remember, wait a second, why am I doing all of that? That's something that it's important to understand. If you do real spiritual work, you wake up every day and you start all over again, like it's the first time. That is what we call law. Chok, it's a law. What is a law? Law is that you do things that is illogical. What we call in Kabbalah, certainty beyond logic. Illogical reality. We need to, again, what do you mean? But yesterday I already revealed all those secrets. Today you tell me I'm waking up and nothing? Yes. It's just the illusion of the body that tells you don't need to work hard. You done it yesterday. Compared to everybody else, you are the most righteous. That's what the body will tell you. But remember, that's what it says, law. If you create a law for yourself. And again, at the other way, and of course, the opposite way is what we call court or trial, or you go through the trial. What is that idea? It's investigation. Always finding ways to study more, to understand more. That's what needed. Chok u'mishpat. What is mishpat? Is the trial, right? Over there is the opposite. What is the opposite? You need to make an effort to study and to understand and to connect and to really make sure to really observe more and understand more. And if you don't, ask for it, beg for it, pray about it, meditate on that. But in the other hand, I don't want any results. I just want to be in chok, law, which means illogic. I just do the work for the sake of the work. But in the other hand, I want to understand, I need to connect, I need all of that. You have to be in two places. Again, remember this idea, because it's a struggle of a lot of people that, starting so strong, starting right, starting great, and then they fall off the wagon. Again, I don't blame anybody, but it is something that's happening. The work of the mind, the work of the heart, right? This is two works. So, of course, as that been explained to us, it says in this week, Moses says, "Ve'atem madvekim be'Hashem chayim kulchem hayom." He tells you, those of you who cleaved, who connect to the Creator, right, will live today. So again, a lot of people, again, taking it in a very way of oh, if I'm going to pray today, God will save me. A lot of us, if I'll help, if I give charity, if I behave today, God will give me my soulmate. All kind of insignificant way of connection to greatness, to the creation. Those of us, every single day, right? What is that idea? It doesn't mean that yesterday you were so connected, you waking up the next day, you are connected as well. No. Every single day from the beginning. Moses, in this week, pleaded 515 times to create an opening, all sort of channels, that each one of us, whenever you awaken that idea of I need help, today I'm only dependent on the help of today, not because what I've done yesterday, not based on what I'll do tomorrow. Today, you will be able to renew yourself again. You wake up tomorrow morning or you wake up today. What I want you to remember, are you the rider or the horse ride on you? Who are you? Is the body in control or your soul in control? This is what it says. You get life for one day. What you going to do with that day? What type of connection you're going to have today? Not based on yesterday. Not based on what you've done. Again, you're taking credit from yesterday or from tomorrow. You're missing the point. This week, it's called also Shabbat Nachamu, the consolation. Obviously, there's many reasons why, but it's come from the idea that, each one of us in life went through difficulty. Difficult breakup. We went through money loss, health issues, all kind of sickness, all kind of, business loss or fired from work and all kind of different things. But there's always a fear that it might come back, right? If somebody have, God forbid, a cancer and they says, cancer is removed, yeah, but there's always a risk that it's coming back, right? And therefore it's important to remember, it's not coming back. Nothing coming back, because if you did the correction, if you did learn the lesson, it doesn't have to come back. But if you didn't learn, and if you didn't experience a change from it, of course it's coming back. It's just a loop. So each one of us need to be in a place that whatever you're going through, if you didn't learn the lesson, it's inevitable. If you didn't really understand what was the message, it's coming back again. Second thing is, remember, the portion of Vayetchanan comes from the word Chanun, which is merciful. And we know that this world is very merciful, and with a lot of mercies in this world. How do I know? When you become merciful with others, and obviously with yourself, not too comfortable, merciful, not too harsh, right? Not with hysteric or panic about your situation. See the situation, see yourself with more mercy, more in a way. Again, this is the duality, this is the difficulty, but not fear or hysterical of what happened. Then you will be able to experience how merciful this world and how beautiful everything in your life. Again, this beautiful understanding we have, but the majority of this week is how you guide yourself, how you lead a spiritual life, a real spiritual life. And hopefully we'll have many more secrets revealed to us this week, and by us waking up every day and just compartment of 24 hours. What am I doing with that if I only have that? Again, this is a suggestion, this is the direction, and I'm sure you will see so many more blessings from that. Thank you for joining us, and please spread that influence with that. Thank you.